Yo! What's going on? Howdy doody. Yo! What's going on? Who that is? What you guys got going on? How's everybody doing? Where's everybody coming in from? Anybody new here? Anybody new here? Oh, that's a couch. I don't know Putin. I don't know Putin. What's going on in the hood, motherfuckers? Hey, I'm sorry I'm late. I forgot it was Wednesday. That's an awful excuse. Awful excuse. I actually did forget it was Wednesday. What's going on, what people? Alexander, what's going on? Where the fuck is Putin? Hot damn. Cameron Food's in the house. All right. Well, my people, what's going on? That's right, Illusions. That is right. All right, well, let's get to work, man. Anybody make any good trades this week? What's going on? We'll take a quick look at the crypto market, and then we'll get to fucking work. We'll go do what we got to do. Corey, what's going on, man? Hey, congrats on I saw on Facebook the 18-wheeler. Dude, you just straight up trucking, huh? You're trucking. Hey, Penguin, you may want to just probably hop on the Google for that one. I don't know. It depends on what you're trying to paper trade. Good. All right, let's get to work, man. Let's get to work and go do what we do. Let's see here. Shoot. All right, let me know when you can see my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen. All right, holla dollar. Let's take a look at this damn crypto market, and we'll see where we is. Hey, Penguin, what's up? Is that Penguin or Penguin? Let me know when you guys can see my screens. Good. All right, cool. So let's take a first look at ETH, and then we'll kind of dig into some of the stuff we've got to do. All right, so ETH. So we two-tested this thing right here. So, right, that's kind of a gimme that it's going to fall, right? Two tests are for losers. Two tests are for people like Putin. In America, we don't like two tests. We like three tests. Three tests means breakout. Two tests means you're fucked. Hey, Shaney, that's the way it goes, baby. You better get a better computer then. Your resolution sucks. You got to upgrade to 4K, motherfucker. What's going on, Flava? So we got two tests here. And so we've kind of come back and retraced. We retraced about $120. We ripped through the 9 EMA, ripped through the 20, came back to the 50, and now we've started to rebound. Now, this could just be a dead cat bounce for now, but how we'll know if this thing is real is if we remount these two MAs here, then guess what? If we remount these two MAs, we'll probably come back in for the three tests, and we'll be so good. Man, Shady, what you got to do is, man, first you got to do a YouTube tutorial, baby, because when you're on YouTube tutorial, what you'll see is that you can actually change the resolution, man, and make that shit HD. You just got to click the quarter and the button, and then also upgrade to 4K. You got to get off that Prodigy internet, baby. You're probably over in Estonia using that dial-up. That's right, 720 for life, Bob. So once we get back over this thing, that's when this thing will go back in for the third test. So right now, you're just kind of in a little bit of a consolidation phase, but nothing too big. I snagged a few off the 50 SMA a couple yesterday. Not yesterday, a couple days ago, but nothing too heavy here. Let me see here. Hold on. So I'm rolling with like 20 here in GDAX, and then I think I got like 20 or 30 more hidden around in Bittrex. So just a little bit of a starter position so far. And then, you know, I'll start to build into this if and only if we start to kind of crack above these MAs, and then I'll go full boat back in for round 3. The real thing is, you know, you got to have that third test. Otherwise, it's not going to go. Bitcoin. So after this big run, we've come back down now to support, which is, it's actually a good spot for it to bounce, right? Because this was the flag breakout right here. See that, how you just had this easy-go-lucky breakout right here at 444. So you ran to 5,000. Now you've come right back onto this thing. So, so far, as long as this level holds, you know, we're still in a bullish thrust. If it doesn't and we roll over here, we may see a deeper pullback, maybe towards this last low or towards the 50 MA. You know, we haven't had a deep pullback in about a month. But look, if you look at the history of the coin, right, to have like a 50% pullback over a couple weeks, it's a drop in the bucket, but it looks, you know, it looks like it does it quite often. Every couple months, see about one every 2-3 months, you get these kind of big pullbacks. So, you know, don't be surprised if this thing doesn't break back out. We will, you know, just have a little bit of pullback. And then when that happens, the coins are dead for a while, right? When that happens, the coins are dead for a while. So this is Litecoin. You know, we were talking about this, right, last week and the week before, right? This was the hot play if it ever broke over 55. So we got from 55 to 100. Now we got a 9 EMA pullback. Now we got a 9 EMA pullback, and we're off to the races. So I'd keep an eye on this one. This one actually looks the most bullish out of all these still. I mean, it had a fairly sharp pullback, but now we're really off to the races. I think this thing could probably, if it can hold, creep its way back to 100. So, you know, overall, we've had a little bit of a pullback in these things, but nothing too crazy. You know, nothing too crazy, just a normal happy-go-lucky pullback after really what was a huge bounce. So I wouldn't be too I wouldn't be too worried about you know, the crypto market as if like it's going to crash. You will have 30-40% pullbacks pretty much all the time in these things. Pretty much all the time in these things. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. So in terms of what we're supposed to be talking about today, right? Let's talk a little bit about indicators and how we use these things. And I think that will give you a little bit of an idea of really how to kind of use this stuff as a guide. So first of all, on our daily chart. So guys, if you can, let me know what you're using for your charting on these things. If you guys can just type in, you know, what platform you're using for your charting, so I have an idea of kind of what you're working with. Let me know, and I'll be able to. Hey, Tyler, I always have a motherfucking mic. I don't know what's with you guys and your damn mic problems. This mic is for real. I'm going to go back to my fucking laptop lifestyle just to fucking bother everybody. Okay, Shaney, CoinMarketCap, TOS. You can look up coins on TOS. All right, Coinigy and TradingView. Right now, Brian, give me an idea. I use both too. Why do you use both of them? I'm actually using both of them because I can't figure out which one I like better. Okay, the Kraken. I gotcha. Are you from Europe, Amanda? All the Euros love the Kraken, huh? All right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, that's true. There's a little bit of a delay. It can be in coinage. The one thing with crypto trading, like I use 15-minute and 60-minute charts for the most part. So, you know, if there's like a 10-second delay or whatever, who really cares, right? Because, I mean, in the scheme of things, if you're sitting there dipping and ripping these things, then, you know, a little bit of delay won't be a huge deal. I have seen a lot of people use the Pine script. I see a lot of people use the Pine script thing to write their own kind of algos and stuff, but not really my cup of tea. So let's talk about indicators. So for intraday charts, all right, for intraday charts, I use 9 EMA, 20 EMA. These are my intraday charts. What the fuck is going on with these blocks? All right, so 9 EMA, 20 EMA for my intraday charts. The reason I do that is, hold on here. Somebody's got all my stuff goofed up. Oh, there we are. All right, so I got 9, 20 EMA and then volume for my intraday chart. I find I don't need too much else for intraday, and the reason for it is that, you know, once you're really kind of trading back and forth, you'll find out that you're not going to have, what the fuck? Anybody know what all this stuff keeps popping up on the side is? Nobody gives a shit about your block. How you turn those things off? So you get your 9 and 20 EMAs, and then I'm using 15-minute charts. So what do EMAs do? Does anybody know what does a moving average do? So moving average does two things. Number one, it helps you identify trends on a particular time frame. And then the second part is that it will help you identify potential levels of support and resistance. So, you know, kind of two different things that you can do. And these motherfuckers keep popping up this block thing. I don't know if I like that. That might be it for me in Coinigy if this thing keeps popping up. Now, I've seen some people also use 50 MA, and when I'm doing longer term trades, like if I'm doing a longer term kind of pullback, I like using the 50 MA because it can actually be a pretty good bounce point for deeper pullbacks. So, you know, those are kind of the three things that I'll look at on an intraday chart. Now, that we use them for different reasons. When an instrument is really, really trending, right, and you're going in a serious uptrend, you know, your 9 EMA is something that you want to use very closely. What will happen when you're using that is it'll help you identify when that real short-term trend is either rolling over, right? So when it's either rolling over and you've got to start protecting yourself, or when you have something that remounts the 9 EMA, that's kind of my bread and butter for these kind of pullback plays. So when I'm looking at pullbacks, like on these kind of little crypto slut trades, what I'll often do is as these things are pulling back, when I get a steep pullback, what I'll do is when I break the trend line and I remount the 9 EMA, I usually use that as kind of my buy signal. So like when you see these, and say it's got a deep pullback, right? And it remounts the 9 EMA and you break your trend line, I use those as entry points to actually start entering into flags for day trades. So what I'll do is I'll wait for something to pop, right? And when I start to get those deep pullbacks, because you don't really know where it's going to settle. And on cryptos, you get deeper pullbacks than you do in the stock market. What I'll do is I'll wait for that pullback. Like I'll wait for that steeper one. I draw a trend line, connect the dots, and then boom, when you remount the 9 and you break your trend line, that actually ends up being a real good confirmation that your next push is going to go. So that's like my real bread and butter. Like when I'm day trading, you know, and I'm really looking for quick trades, that's my bread and butter right there. You know, is to just pop, pull back, break the 9, pop, pull back, break the 9, and you can start shredding these things for some really, really good day trades. On the other side of things, you know, so you can see on all these, you know, when you start to see it hold at the 50, right, and then you break over the 9, that could be a good kind of just a good easy-go-lucky trigger for really just scalp type of trades, right? So these are trades where, you know, you're going for like, you know, 20 points or 15 points, but it ends up being pretty cool. On my daily charts now, guys, so on your daily charts, I use completely different moving averages. So when you're doing your daily charts, guys, we want to look at completely different stuff. Okay, so when we're looking at our dailies, everything flips around because now we're looking at our longer term charts. And so when we're looking at the dailies, when we're looking at our dailies, I like to use a 9 EMA, a 20 and 50 simple moving average. A simple moving average. Guys, the simple moving averages work really well in the daily, but they don't work as well on intraday. Why? I don't really know. I wish I had something more scientific to tell you beyond that. Exponential moving averages are great for intraday trading. Simple moving averages work really, really well for your daily charts. So one of the things to be mindful of is, so you got your 9 EMA, your 20, and your 50, right? So this is your short, intermediate, and long-term type of trends. So when you're looking at these things, any type of, what's up, Jason Bourne? Nice name. So as you get something that's trending, we'll use the 9 EMA as essentially a guide when you have like a really, really big thrust. So anytime you see big thrust, we like to use our 9 EMA as a guide to really ride up a stock, but also as potential bounce points in this thing. But that's only when you're getting your kind of primary big momentum thrust. Once you get extended on a stock, you need deeper pullbacks. And so, you know, your short-term moving averages are not going to do any good. So like something like an Ethereum, if it goes from 130 to 400, your 9 EMA at that point, once it's topped out and run into resistance, is not going to do any good, right? And so you have to look for deeper pullbacks as stocks get extended. And so always be mindful of the type of trend you're on. If you're running within the trend, your 9 EMA will ride really good. Hold on one sec. Hey, Coach.
What are you doing?
Wednesday. I'm always on YouTube Live on Wednesday.
Right now?
Yeah. You want to say hi to the students?
What's going on with the students?
This is my coach, Ben. Sorry, I thought we talked about it last week. I'm always on Wednesday. I got YouTube Live at 5. That was my bad.
Oh, no. Well, tell everybody that I said hello, and tell everybody to not make decisions based upon their feelings, but to live to the standard every day and keep attacking the process.
Hey, I will let them know. Maybe you can say that again, because that was a mouthful.
Can they hear me?
Yeah. You're on speaker.
Make sure every single day, when you guys wake up to do what you do, what excites you, and you turn on that computer, don't live to the feelings of the ups and downs of the trading. Live to the standards. Stay focused on the process that you're learning from Kunal. He's been doing this for a long time. Don't allow your feelings to dictate your decision-making. Live to the standard. The standard is what gives people the opportunity to perform at their highest level in life. Just attack the process and do it one day at a time.
Thanks, Coach. I'll text you when I'm done, and I'll reschedule. Okay. That was my bad.
Okay. No problem. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Dude, my coach is the man. My coach is the man. Anytime we have a call, be like, Kunal, I want you to dig in deep. I want you to dig it deep and respect the process, because it's the process. Just the process that's going to change your life. I'm like, all right, man, I got it. All right, we're in. Dude, he's the man. He's pretty cool. So I worked with him for a couple years. He's like I don't know what you'd call him, a business coach, but like a performance coach, I guess. He works mostly with athletes. So, fuck, there's a damn mosquito in the house. So, but he's a pretty cool dude. I actually, I've had so many coaches over the years, but he's the one that's really been helping the last. Now I don't need, like, it's not like I need trading coaches, right? So, you know, now you got to work on other stuff. Yeah, that's just part of the game, right? You know, at some point, it's not about really the trading. It's about, right, getting yourself ready to go, right, every single day, making sure that you're ready to be the best you can be, right? Super Army style. Hey, Colin, so I don't use MACD. I use stochastics. So the other thing that you guys will see on this, well, you see this thing on the bottom. So what this is, guys, is called a stochastics indicator. So what a stochastics indicator does is it helps you identify overbought and oversold moments in the market or a particular currency, and also for stocks. And so what you use this for is for very, very specific reason. I use this to spot like extreme cases where either a stock, you know, or a currency or a crypto or whatever is either getting extended, or to help me identify when something's maybe getting a little bit overbought. So like usually what I'll do is, like, say I'm in something and you get a big run like this, right? When I start getting those stochastics above 80, what that means is, you know, I start to kind of layer off a little bit of my position, because at that point I know that the currency is what they say, how they say, the long in the tooth, short in the cock, right? Right? You got to start layering off this thing, and vice versa. When you start to get really oversold readings in your stochastics, what that can tell you is it doesn't mean at that exact moment that a bounce is coming, but what it means is that you have to start looking for a potential turn. And so what we can do is use it to spot inside trends when particular pullbacks need to be looked at for a reversal, or vice versa, right? Like just the other day, right, when Ethereum was at 100, I would even see you would see like people, like your friends on Facebook being like, Ethereum is the hottest thing around. And you're like, how do you know about Ethereum? You're like my dad's plumber, right? And next thing you know, the fucking Joe the plumber is like, dude, Ethereum to the moon. Right? Like once everything gets frothy, right, everybody wants to talk about it. But the easiest way to start to understand when something's getting a little bit too high, too fast, right, you can look at your stochastics. And when you start to get those extreme readings, that's when you want to start to really sell, you know, start to really sell out of these things. Because that's, you know, kind of your signal. Like, it doesn't mean you have to sell out, but you can raise up your stop loss. Remember that everything in trading is about minimizing risk, right? So say you have your stop loss and you're trailing it up. Well, start aggressively moving that thing up once you start to get those stochastics in the 90s. Like this got up to 95, right? Which is a rare air. I mean, that's rare air right there. I mean, at that point, you're basically saying, okay, this thing is so overbought, right? And so, you know, you've got to just be smart with this stuff. Now, look, sometimes things can stay overbought for a period of days, right? So you don't want to just read so much into it where you're like, okay, something's oversold or something's overbought, therefore I buy. That's not the way it goes. And the reason is, when you're trading, guys, think about a trade. You're a lawyer, right? You're building a case. You're a lawyer, you're building a case, okay? When you're thinking about a trade, there's a handful of things that must be going down, right? Which is, there's a handful of things that must be going down when you're making a trade. And what I mean by that is that a trade, right, you can win or lose, right? You buy, you sell, stocks go up, currencies go up, things go down. It's a zero-sum game. You're a lawyer. And so to take your hard-earned money, right, to take your hard-earned money, stuff that you work for, and to have to put it into something, it's got to prove itself to you beyond a reasonable doubt, right? If I want to buy any investment in any item, it has to show me beyond a reasonable doubt that it's worth my time. It's worth my financial capital and my mental capital. And so how we do that is we build a case for the trade, meaning I am looking for pieces of evidence to line up in my favor so that I can make the trade with certainty, with probability. And then what I'm going to do is really make sure that I limit my risk. So when you're building a case, what are some things that you're looking for? Okay. What's the first thing? So if you're looking at a trade, okay, and I know we're kind of jumping around a little bit. A lot of you guys are brand new. And so you got to check out some of the other YouTube lives we've been doing, because we've been talking a lot about some of my favorite patterns. But one of the things to do, so if you're looking at something, you say, how do I get in? What is the impetus to get into this? Okay, so how do I build a case on this? Well, the first thing that you want to do is you look for price pattern, right? You overlay your price pattern on the instrument, right? Is there a pattern? Then you look and say, is there a discernible trend? Is the trend up? Is it down? Right? If you go counter trend, sometimes that's a tough trade to time. But playing within the trend, exactly, Javier, that's where the high probability, low risk action is. Then you add in your moving averages. Do I have any support here? Do my moving averages support my trend? Then I add in my stochastics, right? Do I have an edge in the stochastics? And what happens now is, remember, each trade is 50-50. And so what we're doing is we're taking this 50-50 coin flip, right? I buy, I sell, I win, I lose, right? You guys have all traded. Sometimes it's all fucking luck, right? You buy, you sell, and it's like some days you make money, some days you lose money. But how you change that pattern is by taking something that's 50-50 and you build a case. So say you have a great price pattern that you know works for you. So now you go from 50-50, say you go 60-40, right? Then you got your moving averages coming up right up under it in support, helping you limit your risk, providing trend. Boom, you may go to 70-30. Maybe your stochastics are getting oversold. Maybe you go 75-25. And so what happens is now you're starting to layer on pieces of evidence to say that this instrument is worth your time to buy, right? And so, like, if you go through the videos I've been making on BCC and some of these trades, right? These huge trades, Litecoin, BCC, it all starts with building a case. So, like, let's think about this, like our trade in Litecoin, right? We've been talking about this thing for a couple of weeks. So when we're looking at Litecoin, first thing we do, right? Since we've been doing these YouTube lives, we've been following this damn ticker, right? So first thing we do, so I got this thing right at about 52. So first thing that we do is I look for a pattern, right? I look for a pattern. So what is this pattern? So we have one test, two tests, three tests. All right, so I have three tests of this. So what's that called, guys? That's called flat top breakout. It's called a flat top breakout, okay? So I have a pattern there that I like, that I have historical probability with, that I know works, okay? Test, 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 okay? For me, now the rules of flat top breakout is that when you get the flat top breakout, your 9 EMA before it breaks out, the best ones will have your 9 EMA curling up right up under it in a moving average sandwich, right? When you have a pattern and your EMAs come up under it into that moving average sandwich, now test, 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 9 EMA coming up under it, right? The best flat tops, you got the 9 EMA. So I like to anticipate my trades a little bit. So before it breaks, you know, I'm buying this thing right near the 9 EMA, in between basically 9 EMA and breakout, right? With my stop goes right under my 9 EMA in this base. So I'm going to risk about $3, $4. Essentially, I put a stop under 50. So now I have a pattern. The second part. So that takes my case from 50-50 to something higher, right? The second part of this, what's my volume, right? Do I see any signs of distribution or do I see signs of accumulation? Easiest way to tell that. Guys, how can you figure out if something's in accumulation or distribution? Now, it's a long-winded subject for the most part, but the easiest way to figure out if something's in accumulation or distribution is, are the green bars bigger than the yellow bars? Easy enough, right? Are the green bars bigger than the yellow bars? Because what happens is when you're having pullbacks in an instrument and on the down days, your volume is less than the up days, then that is in accumulation. Easy enough, right? That's in accumulation. If you had big giant red bars coming inside the pattern, that would tell you that this thing is under distribution and probably the breakout is going to fail. So I've got a price pattern. Boom, check. I've got volume. Check. I've got my 9 EMA coming up under it. Check. Right? Now, the one thing on this one was the stochastics was not oversold, but it wasn't overbought yet. Okay, so that's important. So it's just neutral at this point when I bought it. If it was extremely overbought, I wouldn't have probably tried to play it. And the reason is that I found that a lot of breakouts, when they're already overbought, they have a tendency to fail. And so I like my stochastics to be neutral when I get into breakout. I look for oversold stochastics when I'm buying pullbacks, but I don't look for it when I'm doing breakouts. And do you know why? The whole verbiage of breakouts, right? The name breakout means strength. So if you're buying a stock based on strength, you're not going to have oversold stochastics because that indicates something that's right going down or getting oversold. So you just need it to be in a more neutral territory for that to happen. Good, good, good. So now the other thing, right? So now we have a case. So as this thing is breaking, and I like to anticipate, we've managed our risk. And so now we have a case. Look, we have moved our odds from 50-50 because we've aligned our indicators in our favor to take something from a 50-50 coin flip, right? Either a win or a loss. And now we've built ourselves a high probability trade. And then the second part of any trade, so what are the two parts of a trade? Does anybody know? Two parts that you always have to measure on a trade. One is probability, which is by building a case. And then the other part is by managing risk. Great traders all manage their risk aggressively, meaning they're not going to buy into something where their risk is 20, 30, 40%. Your risk on a trade is just from where you buy to where you put your stop loss. So like my stop loss goes under this 9 EMA, so my risk on the trade is going to be really small. So now I've covered both parts of the trade. I have my indicators and my price pattern line up in my favor, and then I've managed my risk, and so now I can get an explosive trade, right? Now I can get an explosive trade. When you don't have those two aspects of it, when you just buy something to buy, and you haven't built your trade like the way I just told you, then what's happening is you're just taking a guess, right? You're just taking a guess. You're taking a shot in the dark. Real traders systematically build out a trade with those two things, probability and then manage their risk. They align everything in their favor, and that's when they take a trade. And that's one of the good things I do like about crypto trading. When you're day trading stocks, you know, things are going so fast because the market's only open a little bit. And, right, I mean, we're making all our money in the stock market the first 30 minutes, right? Because you have limited hours. You know, with the cryptos, you're open all day, all night. These things kind of move a little bit slower, but they're always moving. Hey, Jason, you know, for me, in stocks, right, like you could say like a 10% gain would be awesome, right? So, you know, in cryptos, I always just think, you know, I just think of explosive as, you know, if something can move 10, 20% in a couple days, I think that's explosive because it's hard. It's hard to get that, you know, when you're just playing in the stock market. Yeah, you can trade fundamentals. It's just not, I'm not classically trained into that. So that's something that, you know, I've always got to be thinking about. When you're thinking about trading, right, you always got to think about edges. Like, where's your edge? You know, where's your edge in this? And so for me, I don't have an edge in trading fundamentals because I'm not trained in that, right? You know, I have to think of where my expertise is. And so it's all good, right? You know, that's just the nature of the beast. So I'm not sitting there like trying to analyze the fundamentals of a coin. Is, oh my God, coin really worth it or not worth it? I don't care, right? Because I'm holding these things for a few days. I'm going for rips. I'm in this business to shred, right? That's it, just to shred, you know? And so I'm not too concerned with the fundamentals of it. If something's going up, to me, that's good. I like things to prove themselves to me. And the way anybody can prove themselves to me is by making me money. Something's going up, I like it, right? Something's going down, I don't like it. You know, I haven't tried trading, you know, different EMAs because what I've been doing has just been working for so long. You could definitely try. I don't think it'd be a huge deal. I mean, this all you got to do, right, is just go in here, right, and just start just start changing these things around a little bit. You know, put in a 13, right, and see if that works. You know, in the end, because I don't use a moving average as like a sole reason to buy something, I don't worry about it too much. You know, so, you know, some people like using 13s. Some people like using, you know, 55s or whatever it might be, whatever it could be. You know, everything reacts in different ways. Like, see this 55 looks pretty good. Holy shit. Right? That looks great. You know, sometimes you can just play around with something and, you know, you'll kind of find your way. Let's open this thing up to some questions, and we'll get going. But those are the indicators I use, guys. 920 EMA, and then the daily, I use those SMAs. Guys, and if you already asked a question, I would just retype it because they come in so fast. So I use on Coinigy, they have their own news. So, you know, I can come in here and kind of check on, they have their own little news feed here that you can check on. Where does this thing go? Seems to just pop out of nowhere, but where did it go? There it is. Crypto Taker. So they got a news wire. So you can go here and they'll have like this kind of news. Then they have, you know, I mean, they have all these different websites and stuff. So, you know, you can go in and, you know, you can kind of dig around on different stuff on all these different things if you want. But one of the main things that I'll always be just kind of mindful of is, you know, I'll be searching on Bittrex to see like which ones are popping in volume, which ones are moving. And then from there, you know, I'll start filtering through the charts and, you know, start building out a watch list to see what I like going. Because I find that's just the easiest way for me to do is to flip through the charts and make a go out of it. Hey, Shelton, why do I use Coinigy as the platform? Well, it's just a charting platform. You know, I'm not trading from there. You know, I'm using GDAX and Bittrex as like my main trading. You know, so I just flip, you know, I just like the look of it. I mean, it's as easy as it can be. You know, as somebody who's I've looked at millions of charts in my life, you know, as a stock trader. I'm very much into the visual of how a chart looks. And so they just work for me. It's easy for me to read. I think that's important. Hold on one second. This guy's fucking, my mom's blowing me up. She thinks I'm in the hurricane. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Do you ever watch short interest as an edge? So short interest is something that, you know, we'll watch during in the stock market. But in the crypto market, they haven't given us really any short interest on any of these platforms. So we wouldn't even know. And most of the places like GDAX used to let you short, and they don't really let you short right now. So, you know, like on TC2000, for example, I have this, but I have it in my TC2000 built on the stock platform, short percentage of float, and then a short interest. So, you know, you can go in and check, you know, and see what the shorts are. But for crypto trading, I haven't found it. Yeah, I'm in Florida. I'm in Destin, Florida. Yeah, Bittrex does have higher fees. That's why when I'm doing my day-to-day trading, I am primarily, if it's the big three, I just do it on GDAX. If it's an altcoin, I'll do it, and I have to do it, then I'll do it on Bittrex. Yeah, Brian, you're right. You know, on Coinigy, you can set good alerts too. Hey, Kant, what's up, baby? Yeah, this is just something. You know, let me take a look at Ripple. I haven't personally been a big believer in the Ripple. And the reason is just, I've been looking at it a little bit, but hold on, let me see. I got the Ripple here somewhere. So hold on. So it's a slower, you know what, Sam, I might go. I'm waiting on Tim to give me word if I'm allowed to speak there or not. He usually lets me speak every year, but he didn't give me an invite this year. So I asked him, I go, well, bro, where's my invite? So we'll see. So this thing, it looks all right. If you go here, right, what you got to think about on this bad boy is it's got to kind of come out of this range, right? Whoa. So if it comes out of that range, I think you'll be good to go. If it don't, then, you know, it'll just be stuck for a little bit. So just draw your trend line and you should be good to go. Now, Ripple trades a little bit, it grinds a little bit sometimes, but it's still got good range. Hey, Amanda. So you used to be able to short on GDAX, and they took away their margin after the ETH flash crash. So they haven't been letting you short. So you can short on Polynex, which I was doing quite a bit. But Polynex has been playing a little bit of games with me on customer service. And, you know, I think you'll be, you know, you could go and short there, but you can't on Bittrex. I haven't used Komodo before, guys. You know, a lot of the ones I just haven't used. I've used Kraken. I've tried Bitfinex, Bittrex, GDAX, and Polynex. Yeah, MCO is pretty good too. Let me see if I want to go. You know, the one issue I have with this one is it's just been stuck for a little bit now, but I think that it had that huge run. Let me see. So it had that huge run here. So it's got crazy range. So this thing went from $1 to 30, right? And then back down. Hey, no, man, you just got to set a conditional order on the Bittrex. Hey, Luke, you know, that's a 2-hour question right there. One of the things to do is use your moving averages, scale out accordingly, and dude, you know, and ride them as long as you can. You know, but what I use is a reasons to sell list. So it's a dynamic reason of why I may get out of a stock. There's different reasons somebody may want to get out of a stock, right? Or a currency. It stops making higher highs, higher lows. You hit your target. You hit a level of resistance. It gets extended. Maybe it gets parabolic. It breaks under its moving averages, or your moving averages start to curl down. So those are all different ways, Luke, that you may identify when something is starting to reach an inflection point where it's time to take it off the table. Hey, Tyler, I've got tons of jerseys laying around. Are you sure they're not on the website? This jersey, the muscle shirts. I got to update all the hats too. I got all the special edition hats lately. I got more of these than anything. This one's the hot one. You know, I've been watching Neo, but it's been acting like a turd amongst turds. You can see it's just like, I tried to bounce it a couple times and I lost on both times. I had it right here for the flag. Hold on, let me show you. So like I was drawing this right here in anticipation that it would break that trend line. And so I drew it like this. And I thought it was going to break, and it goes, doop, and then it went, doop. And so it's just been dead for a while. Let me ask Eric. Bulls on Crypto Street should be live by tomorrow. Hold on. Yeah, we'll have like a chat room and stuff, and I'll be calling out these. I'll be calling out these plays live. Oh, I think we are live. What up, my people? How you doing? Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. I am so pumped to present. So yeah, so what we'll be doing on the Crypto Street, I'll be giving out alerts. So we'll have a chat room that's 24/7, but I'll be giving out the alerts as I'm buying, and I'll be giving you the entries, the exits, you know, targets, but it'll be in real time. So you get texted, emailed, and push notifications. And I'll be giving you guys the things. I'll probably be calling out, you know, between 2 to 5 swing trades a week. And then I'll be selectively, if I see a hot day trade, I'll do it. You know, and then, you know, I'll make weekly videos and all that fun stuff. You know, I'll make weekly videos and all that fun stuff so you guys know what to watch. But this stuff is awesome to shred. Yeah, I did just get back from I see Cam all the time, Justin. I'm tired of him. He's too good looking for me. He's been my friend so long. I'm tired of seeing his abdominals everywhere. Motherfucker never wears a shirt. He's the man, though. Hey, guys, with the Bulls on Crypto Street, I did make like a little intro course so you can figure out like how to use, you know, how to set up all your platforms and all that fun stuff too. Anybody else got any questions? I do got to get going in a little bit, and I'll be back on next week, and we'll get this party going, guys, because, dude, this thing is fun. There's some hot plays that are setting up. Now that the market pulled back from 400 to 300, I think that this week and next week, there's going to be some explosive plays running around. I've got a couple that I've been just stalking. I think there's going to be some hot plays this week, some burners. Dude, I mean, if you really think about it, look at some of this stuff. Hold on. Let me grab my Bittrex. I mean, there's some things really moving, 69%, 53%, 25%. You know, there's some heaters today. You know, the market's starting to pick back up. This BCC, this could be a hot one. Oh, man. Look at that bad boy. Stochastic settings, 533, brother. 533. All right, people. Anybody else got any questions? Oh, GDAX is the cheapest fees, but you only have 3 tickers you can trade. Guys, I will see everybody next week. I got some things to do. Check out the Bulls on Crypto Street. And, dude, we're going to get this thing shredded We'll have the chat room all set up, and typical trades will be probably 2 to 5 days for good shreds, and then I'll selectively do some good day trades too. Because the one thing is, you do get good rips in these things. You know, if you think about like Ethereum the last couple days, like if you look at it like a 15-minute chart on Ethereum, you know, you'll get some amazing just quick moves. You know, you'll see some really quick moves on these things where you'll kind of come and dip, and then you'll rip 20, 30 bucks. You know, if it comes, I will definitely Periscope if the hurricane comes. Master, I just went over all the brokers in the beginning, baby. I use Bittrex and GDAX as my primary, though. But Bittrex has high fees, but they have more coins. But same day, same time, guys. One of the things is I got a special going on the annuals for the crypto streets. It's 99 bucks a month. We've got the annuals going at $3.99. And, dude, we're going to be shredding because we'll have a cool chat room of all you guys just up all walks of life. Some of you guys are in Asia and Africa and Europe, and dude, we're gonna be doing what we gotta do. We're gonna shred, guys. We're in the second inning maybe of what is gonna be a super hot game, and with the alerts, you'll have like a 1-hour video to make sure all your charting and everything is set up. Kind of teach you about how to set your orders, how to set your stop losses, all that fun stuff, and where to trade. Guys, let me know if you need anything. And also, by the way, here's my email. Dude, feel free to email me. I actually encourage you to use it. Well, you'd be surprised. I don't really get that many emails. I encourage you to use it. So email me if you have any questions. I love you guys. Peace.